RuneScape has two versions, members and free-to-play. Growing up, most of us will have started in free-to-play, play many hours, and if you're anything like me, you get addicted and want to know what else there is. Want to go beyond the Tavernly Gate, explore the rest of the world. I remember begging my mum to get members so I could be like my friends and try and get all the new dragon weapons. Bear in mind I was only 40 attack at the time, not realising how long it would actually take back then to get those dragon weapons at 60 attack. I wanted to do all the extra quests, try the members only skills and visit all the areas everyone was talking about at school. Nowadays, we're a bit older, people have their own money, and most people will start off in members straight away. However, for anyone who doesn't want to pay right away and chooses to test out free-to-play, let's see what the free-to-play version actually has to offer nowadays. I want to know, how long will it take to complete it? Now, I'm not talking about grinding out all 99s or 200 mils, because realistically this is not something a new starter's ever going to do, and I don't have the time to spend years and years doing this. I want to consider going for everything the game has to offer for an average player. The tasks that they will do before wondering what else is in game, and should I actually buy membership? This can be broken down into 3 different categories. Number 1, the most important, completing all of the quests. There are 22 quests to complete. Most of these are quite straightforward. Gather some items, hand them to a guy, bing bang bosh, you're set. But there's one in particular that stands out. Dragon Slayer. Starting on a level 3 and going to be able to defeat Elvar can be quite a difficult challenge. I need to train up my stats, earn some money, gear, and complete most other quests in free-to-play to even get on to the quest, having those 32 quest points needed to get in the Champions Guild. Let's start out our journey. First time, Tim, here we go. Let's do it. Free-to-play has not changed too much over the years. The only real difference now is you get adventure paths. A little bit of guidance for new players on what they should do, sort of go train this skill to level 5, go train this skill to level 10, maybe level 20, and then get a little boost. It's sort of designed to give new players a little bit of an idea of what they should be doing and then hand them some rewards for doing it. I think it also has a little quest list on the top of what new quests are recommended to do. As we are starting from scratch and not trading anyone, these little bonuses might come in handy, getting a few extra arrows or a sword here and there. I'm going to be trying to multi-quest where I can, sort of start one quest when I'm in the area, continue it later down the line when I go to the next area of the quest. Free-to-play is quite good for that. A lot of quests want you to go in a similar area. The game map is so small, so you can sort of pick and choose which task you're going to do and then go to each area. Started off with X marks the spot, and now we're going over to start Restless Ghost, and even that we're not completing because the first quest I'm set on is going to be Mist Limb Mystery. This quest was originally designed as a Halloween event, but they put a lot of time and effort into it and generally decided, yeah, this should be a good addition to the game, so they added it as a quest later down the line. It's not too bad, a little long, but it is very much set out of your classic RuneScape style of quests. And there we go. We have helped solve a murder mystery. And 2 people have died in the process. But we're rewarded with a few gems and some crafting XP, so you know, all good. If you want to restore your run NG in free-to-play, you got a couple options, and that's about it. You can either die, buy some NG potions, which are not too great, or you can go to Last Man Standing and get your full run NG back. Minigame teleports are going to be very helpful during this, and we'll see how many times it's worthwhile just going here and getting that run back. 1 agility, can't run too long, but thankfully the run NG changes that came to the game have made this process going about free to play a lot more bearable. Selling off my gems now and a few items I picked up from the shop. Need to try and make a little bit of starter cash. And I think because further down the line we're going to need to train some of our stats, let's start off with the slowest combat skill, range. While I'm here in Varrock, let's get ourselves 10k from the stronghold. And of course we've got to go for those fancy boots. In free-to-play, there's not too many great money-making methods, and especially at the start when you need all the cash you can get, any little item you can find to buy is going to be good. Air staffs right now are selling for over 2.5k on the GE, and I can buy them from this shop for 1.5k, so we're going to get a few of these, sell them to the GE, and just increase our bank value quickly. Right, going to go ahead and get myself the best looking range gear you can imagine. A full set of leather with our standard short bow and bronze arrows. Back to the cow fields. I've not been here in probably a decade right now. Let's kill some cows, tan the cowhide, and get ourselves a little bit more starting cash while training our range up at the same time, because we're going to need this range level high in the future. First trip completed, all the way up to 9 range, and we've got ourselves 26 cowhides. Go get these tanned. Okay, so leather is a little bit more expensive than hard leather, so let's go ahead and turn it all into that. While running back to the cowhides, I've actually found out that the gems trader is in stock on a few of the worlds, so we're going to go ahead and see how many gems we can collect. There's only a limited amount of free-to-play worlds, so if these gems are in stock, we're going to be able to get a little bit of money. These gems have like a ridiculous cooldown timer, something like 10 or 15 hours. So if you can ever find these when all the worlds are in stock, you can make quite a decent amount of money. This should be a great boost to the cash stack. We'll go ahead and collect all we can. Managed to collect all the ones we could. 33 sapphires, 32 emeralds, and right there we've got about 27k after a couple minutes of hopping around. Level 10 range, second part of the adventure track done. We can now get ourselves some free arrows, 350 bronze arrows. I'm running a bit low, so we might have to get that in a minute. Ran out of arrows at 15 range and a couple of trips with the cows now. Get myself 350. I just want to be able to get to 20 range right now, and then we should be good to go on with the rest of our plans. This will sort of boost our hit points level up, so I should be able to survive a lot of the early game quest bosses. 20 range, 1 hour 32 played, not too bad. Collect our rewards, and we're going to go start on some quests, go around the game. Multi-question once again, starting Rune Mysteries, and during that we're also getting the skull for Restless Ghost. And we've also started Vampire Slayer, and we're now starting Demon Slay. Selling up everything we've made so far, all the cowhides, all the gems, and up to 60k cash. I actually want to start doing a bit of magic soon, so we're going to see what items we can low out for profit. Few of the items have got sort of low trade value. Items like iron plate bodies, and there's a couple other steel items you can actually buy from the GE under GE price and low out them for tiny bit of profit, but pretty much just break even on the nature runes used. There we go, we have saved a ghost. He can go off and get some peace now. 9 prayer from that. X marks the spot completed. Might as well just chuck the lamp on magic while we're here. There's nothing else to really use it on. Get myself all the way up to level 6, and that means our airstrike's going to be doing a bit more damage. Count Draenor defeated. We have saved the village from their vampire problem, although I can't say I've ever seen this vampire outside of Draenor Manor, so I don't know what they're all so scared about. 20 attack from that nice little boost. Won't have to train any attack levels for a while. We can go straight into strength. While I'm here doing Ernest the Chicken quest, we're going to go ahead and train our magic all the way up to 21. I want to be able to low out, start getting mage levels passively as we go around the game, And ghosts have a 50% air weakness, so we can actually hit quite high with airstrike. As soon as we get to 13 magic, I'm going to be able to hit 12s with this, so pretty good little training spot for anyone new to the game trying to get their magic up. We've stayed here all the way to 21 magic, also getting 20 hit points. That didn't take too long at all. We have saved Ernest from a life as a chicken. 300 gold? It should have been worth more than that, mate. Let's see what we can claim with 20 attack, 20 magic. There should be some good stuff from Adventurer John. A little bit more runes, a few staffs and some swords. Not bad. Now that we're 21 magic, we can go ahead and start alching these steel full helms and iron plate bodies that we bought. And we've also gone ahead and got some mithril pickaxes. 40 buy limit on those, but they are good alch profit, even with low alching. Rune mysteries completed. Best part about being a main, just buying all the quest items you need, but seriously, since when are red beads and all that 4k each for every bead? This is like the most expensive quest I'm going to have to do. Demon Slayer completed. Nice little one to get out of the way. Oh god. Oh, I should have eaten up. Well, can you really consider it completing RuneScape if you haven't died to the Dark Wizards? No, you probably can't, so that's another thing crossed off the list. Dark, mate. Here you go, here's the stuff you need. Nice, simple quest, and we get mining up from that. While we're over here, going ahead and completing Goblin Diplomacy, helping them choose the armor set they had in the first place. Oh, what a waste of time. And all that for 5 quest points. Well, Romeo and Juliet completed. Poor Juliet. Getting mugged off by her sister. Cool. 5 more quest points. Right, just from alching and running around doing questing, we're already up to 35 magic. Every time I can, I'm just going to the G, trying to buy some more plate bodies. 4-hour restock, but we're not doing this run in one sitting, so it's quite nice to get those extra little boosts of levels. Witch's Potion done, midway through Knight's Sword as well. But we're not completing that yet, because we're going off and finishing Below Ice Mountain. Only a few more quests left to do right now, and a lot of them are easy ones. Right here, completed Imp Catcher. Nice, quick, buy all the ones. I still don't know why the beads are so expensive. And about to finish up Prince Alley Rescue. Don't mind if I do take some of these Earth runes. Why have I got the teleport there right next to it? Okay, back for you shortly when we complete this. And Prince Alley Rescue done. No mistakes, yeah, no time loss right there. Perfect. Another quest where you can just give them all the items. Sheep Shearer completed. Now it is on to one of the last quests, one of the newer ones for free to play. Corsair Coast, and that is all done. Killing a gardener, and now we'll dig in your land and get some treasure. Is it really treasure though? It's an emerald and a gold ring. I had to actually get an alt account here to help me do Shield of Arav. I wanted to do it using the friends chat, but I don't have enough time played to join friends chats, so here we are, 4 hours 46 minutes, and it is finally time to go ahead and start Dragon Slayer. All this magic training has led to this. Managed to clear the maze quite easily with some of these chaos spells, and we'll save a few chaos runes right now. We can use them for Elvarg. Here we go. Right. I'm not actually sure how difficult this fight will be. Might as well unlock the shortcut while we're here, in case we do die and have to come back. Okay, just need to try and find out where a safe spot is for this. If I can, don't die there. I don't know what Elvarg's max hit is. I think it's higher than 9, and we've only got wines. 20 hit points is not going to do well on this. Can it hit around the pillar? Okay. I think we're all good now. Just gotta hope I've got enough food to finish off this dragon. I should be able to kind of flinch it around this post. You can't flinch with mage in the sort of same way you can with melee. However, if you do splash, you're able to go back in without taking any damage. Every time you hit, Elvarg will get hit back on you, so we're just going to wait for the ones where we splash. Just like that. If we splash, we can come back in. I don't know how long we have to wait for the flinch, but we're just going to time it and try and do our best. Is that it? Is that one more hit I think we need? Still got 10 wines. There we go. Elvarg has been slain. The most difficult quest in free-to-play is almost over. Your hand in his head. Best reward from this quest. We haven't trained defense or strength at all during this account, and we're already up to 33 in both. Nice little boost there, which will help us when we go to train in our next section. Right, that just leaves one more quest to go. The most difficult of them all. Cook's Assistant. And we're done. Cook's Assistant is completed. All free-to-play quests completed in 5 hours and 24 minutes. That is beautiful. Let's go collect the last little bit of our adventure rewards, as we've now got strength up and defense. Get a few extra gifts. There we go, stage 1 of the completing free-to-play is done. Now it's time to get our stats up. We need 40 range, 40 attack, 40 defense, and we're going to have to make a lot of money to be able to buy the best gear. When I'm talking about the best gear, I don't just mean green d'hide and rune. No, we want to make sure we have the best fashion scape, so we're going to be going for Saradome and trimmed rune, green d'hide G, and trimmed wizard robes, because you honestly can't say you've completed free-to-play unless you've earned all those fashion scape items. You want to go around, you see someone with the G in these items, you think, okay, yeah, I want that to be me one day, so I'm going to have to make a little bit extra money to get some of these items. And most free-to-play money-making methods are quite slow, ranging from about 50k to 300k per hour, so this is going to be a little bit of a grind. Started out at Hill Giants just for the nostalgia, and we've got ourselves all the way to 30 range. I remember camping here back in the day when limp were 1k each, collecting them all to buy rune skims and 2Hs to go PK. Hill Giants don't seem too great money these days. Well, maybe they were always pretty bad. I think I'm going to go try out a different spot for some of the rest of our combat. Giant frogs sound like they're going to be better XP. Maybe get some more prayer XP as they're lower hit points and still get big bones. But before we go ahead and do that, I want to see what money making methods we can do in free to play. Is there anything to start boosting our gear up and unlock some of these BIS fashionscape items? Yes, that is correct. You are currently watching me cut up chocolate bars with a knife. I wasn't going to include this money making method, but my wife walked in while I was doing this and said, wow, what a boring video that's going to be. So if you could all just take 5 seconds to click the like button and type a comment of how enjoyable it is to watch chocolate being made to dust, I'll go ahead and show her all these nice comments you've left. My hand hurts and I don't even know if we've made much money. What are they going to sell for chocolate dust? We bought them 28 each and sold for 56 each, so we've doubled my money, but 43k for all of that work. I have not enjoyed it one bit. I'm going to go do a little bit more combat training, save my wrist for now. The money making can wait. Okay, giant frogs are actually a lot better XP per hour than hill giants were. Hill Giants were getting around 11-12k range XP, and over here we're getting 17k range XP on the Giant Frogs. Hitting 35 range now. We get all the way to 40 and then get started on attack and strength. There it is, 40 range, kept up that XP rate the entire time. 7 hours and 55 minutes played. And we've got one of the requirements needed out of the way. Time to do some melee training. Gonna start off with attack. Get that all the way to 40 before we do anything else. 30 attack, can now use that Ali Skimmy, and it is quite a considerable upgrade from Myth. There we go, 2 hours of training. all the way to 40 attack. Getting 16.5 KXP per hour doing that. Not too bad. Just annoying when people keep hopping in and stealing my giant frogs. Made ourselves a little bit of money from alking during this. And we're now going to go ahead and get ourselves a rune skim, a few more alks, and start working on defense. And you know we need an ornament kit for that rune skim. Star Domin. Lovely. Decided not to bother with strength, we're just going to go straight for 40 defense. I don't know if I'll need strength at all. We are 10 hours, 31 minutes in. Up to 35 defense now, 5 levels to go. And there it is, 40 defense, 46 combat, almost at 20 KXP per hour. I think I would have got it if I'd had a world to myself. That is beautiful. We can now wear rune, we can now wear green DI bodies. And we now need to do one more thing before we complete the stage, and that is make ourselves enough money to buy all of the best in slot gear we want. One of the best free-to-play money-making methods is going to be crafting. At the moment we can only do gold jewelry because we are only level 8 crafting, but eventually when we can start doing sapphire and emerald jewelry we should be able to get a lot more money. At the moment I can afford 700 gold bars, so we're going to go craft all these and then come back, sell up the gold necklaces, and hopefully be able to start using sapphire stuff and make a lot more money. I think gold's sort of 100k per hour, but sapphire sort of doubles it to 200k. Now 23 craft and we can do sapphire jewelry. Sapphire necklaces to be exact, the ones we're focusing on. I'm gonna go ahead and sell these gold necklaces I've made so far, buy sapphires and start increasing our profits. Can only afford 300, but this should slowly increase every time we make and sell these. First load have been sold, 300 sapphire necklaces. Probably made ourselves about 70k there. Pretty good going. 590 more sapphire necklaces sold. Cash stack now looking good. 300k to play around with. Few more hours of crafting, we will be done. 12 hours, 37 minutes played so far. We're up to 43 crafting on this account. 700 more necklaces, 300k. Buy more and go again. Can now get 1k at a time. Another 1k necklaces sold. Up to 705k cash. We're alking all cheap stuff as we can, walking to and from the Edgefield Furnace. Just trying to get that money a little bit more now, and we can probably afford all the gear we need. Made another 500 and we're up to 800k cash. I think this should be enough for everything we need. Let's go ahead and buy our gear. There we have it, everything you could want. Sarah Dome and Rune. Green D'hide G. And the Wizard Armor G. That looks fantastic. Fashionscape on point. We are the best looking free-to-play player out here. And and that right there completes stage 2. That's done, gear done, money made. One final stage to go. Finally, moving on to stage 3, taking down the free-to-play bosses, Obor and Briarfighter. With higher stats, these are a walk in the park, but right now we're 40 combat stats. I'm not even sure we'll be able to do this. First things first, I'm going to use some of our leftover money to boost our prayer level up. Vile Ashes are very cheap and give more XP than Big Bones. This is probably one of the best prayer training methods in free-to-play. Hopefully with the money we've got we'll be able to get ourselves all the way up to 40 prayer. Currently at 16 hours, 12 minutes in. Let's start the prayer training. Just doing this alone you can get around 70k prayer XP per hour if you're doing it well. 37 prayer. Can now use Protect from Mage. That's going to be very crucial for one of these boss fights. And there we go. 40 prayer done. 48 combat. Can now use Protect from Range. And that's going to be very useful for Obor. One more thing to do before we can even take on these bosses. We need to go get a Giant's Key and a Mossy Key. Before you can take on these bosses you need a key to get into their lair. And once you have this then you can fight them as many times as you want. This Giant Key is dropped at a rate of 1 out of 128 from Hill Giants. Or if we're in the wilderness, we get double that drop rate, so 1 out of 64. So of course, we're going to go ahead and head on to the wilderness. Hopefully no one kills us for all our gear, because we've got to do this while looking pretty. In my head, I had remembered more than just 2 hill giants here, but that is all that seems to be here. Hopefully it doesn't take too long for a key. There we go, not too bad at all. Hill giant key already. Took us about 30 minutes to get that. Now it's time to go ahead and get a mossy key. Drop rate of mossy keys from moss giants is 1 out of 150 or 1 out of 100 if we're in the wilderness. I think it's my best odds to go ahead and kill these with magic, as that seems to going to be doing the most damage, and hopefully it won't take us too long to get this key. Once again, we are going into the wilderness, and moss giants are quite deep in the wilderness, so we could actually be PK'd while we're here. Seems like some other people are also training here, and I would put money on that this guy is a bot. 50 magic coming in, no key yet. Wonder how high we'll get up there. I've only managed to buy myself a few chaos spells. We'll see if that's enough to get the key. And we have run out of runes. Up to 51 magic now, and I'm fully out of everything. We're going to need to go get some more spells. I don't think I'm going to be able to afford to do the chaos bolts, fire bolts even, but yeah, we'll have to use fire strikes. This is cheaper. 52 magic. I love that the guy PKing's out here in his Sarah rune. That's what you love to see. We were able to get away from him because he's too high combat. Who is this guy? Oh no, he's got snares. I've got hardly any food. I'm going to have to try and tank this all the way down. What? He actually has teleblock. He's like 50 combat and he's got teleblock. Okay, we're just dead here. I was so close to actually getting to the 20 line. I don't know if I would have survived, but fair play to him. I have to sell my Sarah full helm just to get some cash for runes and we'll go straight back. Ah, he's found me again. It's the same guy. He must be hopping for all the worlds. There's not many free-to-play worlds, so hard to get away. Oh, that time, got enough food, managed to tank him, have to pray flick the entire time just so he doesn't do too much damage. It might be worth actually bringing snares or something so I can try and freeze, hug, and escape. Well, I did not think this was going to happen. We've managed to get 55 magic during this grind of moss giants. Killed over 200 and have still not got that mossy key. Double the drop rate, hopefully it comes soon. Another PK time to test out if the snare tactic works. And it would if I stood in the right spot after catching it. There we go, we're out. Oh my god. Finally. Finally. We're now up to 21 hours, 15 minutes played. I have been at moss giants for over 4 hours. Just trying to get the mossy key. Please don't get PK'd on the way out. We are done. We can go take on the bosses now. Did not think it was going to take that long. My magic level got so high from grinding out all those keys. I think magic is going to be our best bet for taking on the bosses. We'll start out with Briar Fighter. I think that's going to be the easiest. It only attacks with magic, and then you just got a few little saplings to take care of. Got myself an anti-poison and a bronze axe ready to take out those. Okay, this is going surprisingly well. Nothing spawned yet. Shouldn't really take too much damage from this in general. But I probably will need to prayer flick the entire time. Okay, so we've got to kill those little saplings quickly. They are going to do constant 4s and 5s to me. Another set of growthlings. Dealt with quite easily. And there we go. Took me like 4 hours to get this key. And then it's less than 4 minutes to actually kill the boss. And see what we get from the chest. Anything good? 2 rune med helmets. Don't mind if I do. Look at all these combat achievements coming in. Finally, we're going to go take on Obor. Obor, I think, is actually harder than Briar Fighter. It uses melee and range, and its range hits through prayer quite hard, so got some snare runes with me. We can try and snare it, pray range, stay away from the boss, and hopefully got enough food to take it down. I was getting close straight away, okay. Good. I've even gone all out and bought death runes for this fight. Use some of those earth blasts. Has an earth weakness, so we should be able to do a decent amount of damage with this. Not bad at all. That was easier than I thought. We did have to prayer flick for a lot of it. But all the way around there. Obor is dead. Give me some more combat achievements. What are we getting from the chest? 103 cosmic runes. That is that. We are done. Everything you could want to do in free to play is now complete. Completed the quests. We've got the best gear. We've killed the bosses. 21 hours, 27 minutes played. That is everything. Okay, so before everyone goes off and says, oh, you've not completed it, you didn't complete the adventure task. Here we are, fishing, 5 fishing, and 5 woodcutting done. That is all the adventure path for skilling, for gathering. That is everything done. 21 hours, 40 minutes. I have really enjoyed doing this. It was quite a nice change in pace going back to free to play and seeing how it is these days. I will say I feel like there's a gap. I feel like the gathering path should be getting you to level 15, sort of woodcutting, fire making, fishing, getting you to train tech skills, maybe even like doing rune crafting, making people go out and train that a little bit just so they can see what it's like. And I think there is a gap for sort of a new quest that could get people woodcutting, fishing and fire making and free to play. That does seem like it's missing. We've got mining, smithing, crafting. Miss sort of like a beginner quest for those skills. I think it would be quite a good addition if it was something to be put in. Anyway, if you have stuck around to this point, thank you. I hope you have enjoyed. Let me know if you think I should try this again, but as a member, or alternatively, should I go ahead and now do 24 hours in a member world on this account, first time Tim, see where we can grow this to. See what we can get to, because I think that could be quite fun.